while we was doing that, they was doing other stuff because they had a whole different agenda than what we normally think about. You know, who's this we? Pardon me? Who's this we? Me and you. Black people? Yes. Okay.
I know, brother. I know you had something to say.
Remember I was saying I wanted to tell you about, and this is very important, on the current Haiti situation. I don't know if y'all really been paying attention to this, and I'm not absolutely sure about this, all right? Now, first of all, has anybody ever heard of the HARP machine?
Explain HARP a little bit, though.
HARP, it's a machine that actually, it's a weather control machine. Now, the theory of it is it's supposed to be used possibly as a weapon, right? Now, when I first heard about this Haiti situation and earthquake, luckily I had remembered and actually have read up about this machine being an invention. Right? Some people never heard of it, don't even believe it, but it's actually, I've seen like some drawings of it years ago.
No. Yeah, they had on TV.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, right. So even they on it. Now, I'm not absolutely sure, but some other information that I was emailing him, he got these emails from this one website that's putting this information out, right? That it's a possibility that that earthquake might have been purposely caused in order, because also I read something just tonight that there's some oil in that area. And at the same time, when you just made the comment, or he made the comment about that whole area, the history of it, the fact that they uprised, and that was an area that like resisted as far as them, because when we look at the body count, how many people that have been killed over there, and even though everybody's rushing over there to help them or whatever the case may be, there's some other people saying there's something else going on that's not necessarily being all the way brought out to the public, and I don't know if anybody really are paying attention to it.
Haiti is a country that your Albions don't want to exist anyway, because they are really upset about losing that country to them. This is the first black sovereign country. When the French lost to the French, they never could conquer. Right. And they never forgot it. They've been upset about it. Now the rituals, Brother On was talking about rituals. That's the reason the world wouldn't trade with them up until now. Yeah, right, exactly.
Yesterday.
Because they've been mad about them beating the French. They've been upset about it and kicking the French out. So they've had their foot on the back of that little country ever since they've been in a position to do it.
And that makes sense because it's split down the middle by an invisible line, and the Dominican Republic is one of the richest third world countries in the world.
Right. And it's right next door.
Right next door.
Next door.
Nothing
Same
happened.
island.
Ain't nothing imaginary line. So
right.
what other reason could you have? Because all the Dominicans are fair skinned, and I was thinking about getting a job down there, and they told me like you go down there with those lots, they're gonna sue you Haitians in the Dominican Republic, and they're gonna treat you like crap. I was like, man, on the same time, like that's crazy. My neighbors.
Now there's two other major current points about this. I want to make sure y'all know, because y'all this ain't necessarily been on the news, mainstream news. A guy on the net has actually like been tracking the destruction of like disasters. It's a Masonic symbol, okay? Yeah. Now the other thing about that, when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking like when I look at the numbers and then I saw that star, I'm thinking like, now hold on, have they done some kind of a high level death ritual, you know, right in our face, and we don't even recognize what it is? Because get this, Jay-Z, I think it's Jay-Z. You gotta listen to this one song that I was listening to the clip of it tonight, and he got some kind of a lyric in the song that says something about what these people needed to be kind of like got rid of anyway. But you gotta listen to it for yourself. Now he's actually singing this song, okay? Now, I just kind of like found out about it tonight, and I don't know if anybody else was aware of it. But once you can either, you know, you got the...
Yeah, I got the email. I'll send the
you
email
check
out.
it out and then read and then listen to it for yourself. This is real live stuff that's happening now that a whole lot of people might not even be aware of. You know what I'm saying? Because they not even going to be in the company of us where we are at now, what we talking about. You know, right. So you got to really look at it for yourself and see what, because like I said, when I first heard about it, you know, I'm thinking like they rushing the military up in there, and I'm thinking like, well, what other plans do they have in there besides just, you know, helping folks?
You can tell because they're actually giving free services to shuttle all the people back to their native villages. So they're like, you know, if you want to leave the city, we'll provide you all the means you need to leave because it's devastation right now. Y'all don't need to be here. It's not here anyway. So why don't y'all go ahead back to where y'all came from, and we'll go ahead and rebuild the city for you.
Because remember what they did to New Orleans? They flooded that.
Hurricane Katrina.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying, you know, and that Katrina thing was put in motion when they would not pay the money to keep those levees up. And the first opportunity, they flooded the poor people, like, we get rid of y'all. We've been trying to get rid of y'all out of here for the longest. Now we got the perfect excuse. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just bringing this to y'all awareness to really check out. And
But see, they're using our magic against us.
Right.
We taught it to them. We taught it to them, and they're using it
I mean, how many
against us.
of us do rituals at the moon, the full moon? Feel me? But how many of them doing it?
Let me in the White House getting down.
Right. In the back room.
If you know anything about astral projection, when you go out to the astral plane, and how many know what astral projection is? So when you go out into the astral plane, you cannot go around the White House.
Right.
Spiritually, there are people in the astral world that will keep you from going into the White House.
Which White House you talking about? Our White House?
The one Barack in.
Not our White House, the White House.
The one Barack in.
in Washington, D.C.
That's what I'm trying to make sure you talk
Yeah,
about White
that's White
House.
House.
That's not the White House in Haiti that's been leveled.
Oh, no. I'm talking about in D.C.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use remote viewing. Y'all anybody familiar with that?
So you be traveling and you know, you see the White House, you want to go in there and then all of a sudden become all this stuff after you. You cannot go in there. It's not just physically guarded. It's spiritually, mentally, and physically guarded.
Right. Now, why are we getting into all of this? What are the Moors about? What we are actually about is showing you and teaching people what we've learned as a road to a particular type of freedom. What is that? Well, number one is understanding how you have been played. How have you been played? Through the law. They use law to keep you in different positions, to keep you in check. So what do? We teach law here. This is what we're about. You're understanding the law and how it relates to you and what it really means to you. If you're not willing to understand something about the law, then you might as well just consign yourself over to being whatever's been going on and just go on about your business. Because you're not going to get any type of freedom here without understanding what the law is about. That's one of the first steps. So that's what we deal with. All of these 14th Amendments